So I loved watching you guys walk into the workroom, but I'm always curious, who were you most gagged to see once the entire group got together?
I think I was most gagged to see Jiggly and Sonique. Being that there are two trans women walking into the workroom. I was gagged, but at the same point, very delighted.
I think I was gagged that there were so many queens walking in, because I was like, I thought I signed up for a 10 queen season, and now there's like 15, 16.
I was gagged to see Raja because, you know, we have our history together and we've done this before. We've been in this room together before, along with Silky and the rest of, you know, we had the most of our revision season there. So I was also really gagged to see Serena just because it was kind of a surprise. I was kind of excited to see what she was going to do and who she is now.
Who were you the most gagged to see once everyone got to the room together? Jan, let's start with you.
Serena. I was gagged. Yes. Miss Cha-Cha. I was like, whoa, this is a TBT, honey, okay? I was so gagged that Serena was there because she's a high energy bitch just like me, and I love her hair, have a few of the wigs, and for my little Ariana moment. But yeah, I was like, whoa, surprise, bitch. It was crazy. I just didn't imagine her coming in next. It was wild.
Honestly, I think I was the most gagged on Pandora and Sonique randomly, and Yara probably. Those were my three. Especially Sonique. I worked with her on the Holoslay Spectacular. She was incredible. I know she's like wanted to come back, which I was just excited to see like my fish sister that slays in West Hollywood all the time, giving every show tea at the show, getting her chance back because she's just changed so much since her season. So probably Sonique was the gag for me.
I'm gonna have to go with Jiggly and Yara.
Miss Yara in that jogging gig.
Yeah, because like I just like I've always wanted to meet Yara. I've never had the chance to actually work with Yara. So to see her walk in instantly, it was just like, oh, I get to get a piece.
Yeah.
Also because Jiggly always harasses me on Instagram. Like it's so bad. So when she walked in, I was like, bitch. Now you don't have anything to tweet about. I'm here.
Who were you most gagged to see walk in?
I was gagged to see Serena Cha-Cha walk in.
Same.
Not for nothing. She was not on my radar because she was a season prior to mine. She hadn't made it very far. And other than her wig business, which I have used in the past and it was just fine, I had no interaction with her. So I wasn't thinking, oh, I bet Serena's gonna be here. And then that bitch came in the cape and I was like, oh, okay.
Same for me. I didn't think Serena was gonna be one of the girls to walk in. But I mean, like Ginger said, like the only thing I've known of Serena is her wig business. I've never used her. So I just didn't expect anything. And then she walked in and was like, Olay. And I was like, oh, okay.
She should have said Olay's front. That would have been cute.
Oh, yes.
Just stop trying to edit everybody's entrance.
Girl, I couldn't even edit my own. It's fine.
You had to pick one person.
Well, when I walked in, let's see, who was in the room? It was Jan, Jiggly, and Akira. So I was the most gagged to see Akira because I was like, girl, this is my sister. You know, you could have called me and told me you was coming, girl. What's the tea? You know, we talk every day, girl. You ain't told me you was prepared. But, you know, that's how it goes. We have to keep everything on the hush and get prepared in the time that they give us. So.
Oh, well, Yara, because I didn't tell Yara. And Yara was like, ¿por qué? So, yeah. I mean, we both knew, you know, like I feel like we were palpitating, but, you know, an old cat and a new cat that's old now. So I was surprised to actually confirm my beliefs, you know?
I was honestly, when I came in, when I seen Raja, I was super excited to see Raja, and also SCARLET and Erika. Those are some people that I've really gotten close with, and even more so on the show. But I would say Raja, honestly, because I fucking was a fan of hers by watching the show. Like, even the Meet the Queens, I was like putting her on my story on Instagram, and then we finally met in West Hollywood, and I just loved her. To see her on there, I was just really happy because I know what it's like to be a part of a show where people have a different opinion about who you are than you know that you are, you know, and I just love that, you know, I felt that we had that connection.
Well, my room was right across from like the PAs, and I could see the storyboard, so I knew everybody that was there when I first got there.
Okay.
Oh, she was sneaky. Oh, you were sneaky.
Because when I walked in, you could see the board, bitch. I don't know if I should be saying that. But anyway.
Hey, I would have looked.
But if I had to, just out of everybody that I saw, it was Serena. And that's because typically All-Stars, they gravitate towards the more popular girls, the more, you know, she was one person that I was not expecting to be there, but I was extremely happy because it meant
thank you, sis.
It gave everybody an opportunity. There was no, it didn't seem like, you know, they were just going for the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Right. Was there someone that you wish you would have seen that didn't walk in? In other words, is there someone that you wish was cast on All-Star 6 but just didn't show up?
No, there was too many of us already.
Good point.
I agree.
And Pandora?
Yeah, I already said there was too many, so I will agree with that as well.
Is there someone that you wish was on the cast of All-Star 6 that just never showed up?
I would say for me, I wish the crown just walked into me.
Ah.
Outside of that, you know, give or take a queen, I guess.
I would love to see Lenacia Sparks. I love her. I love her drag. I think she's so good. I would love to see her.
Oh my God, I think there's so many girls I would love to see back on. I would love to see like Peppermint. I would love to see Asia O'Hara. I would love to see Laganja.
Oh,
I mean, there's so many girls. I would love to see Jessica Wilde. Like, I want to see Nina Flowers. Like, bitch, give me some of the old girls, honey.
I love it. Totally. A lot of people have been saying Jessica Wilde.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, girl, just bring Tyra back. Let's really stir up the drama.
Yeah.
I have honestly been waiting for Dita Ritz to make an appearance. I mean, she was top 5. She has one of the most iconic lip syncs in all of Drag Race history. And she's really elevated herself since season 4. So I was expecting to see her, and I really like to see her at some point.
I thought, I expected that one.
Me?
Kool-Aid over there. I expected her to walk in. I was just like, I know that bitch is coming back. I know it. I was like, and then, but one queen one queen definitely, I was expecting to see Dita, because I knew that she made it further than I did. And she's Ru's literally favorite, she's Ru's favorite lip sync ever. So I was like, oh, she's probably coming back.
Was there a queen that you would have liked to see walk in, but ended up not walking in?
Again, I would say Jessica Wilde, but I was completely satisfied with everybody that was there.
You know, I was cool with whoever came because I knew that I couldn't worry about anybody else that was gonna be there. I knew that the competition that I was in was with myself, so I was really focused and was like, you know, hey girl, I would hate to send y'all home, but hate to see you go. No, but who would I like to see on? Most definitely probably Laganja or Jessica Wilde, or, you know, let's see, who have they already had that we can also bring back? I want Naomi Smiles back. I live for the way she played the game.
Yes, definitely. Serena, who would you have liked to see walk in that didn't?
Oh my goodness, of course, my Jessica, because it was only 2 Latinas. Out of 13, that's like minorities in the minoriation. So if it would have been all 3 of us, you know, I want my Relaska talks and all of that. I don't even know what it would have been. Just Jaracha, I don't know. Just Jaracha. There you go.
Hey, they say we loud now, baby. That workroom would have been extremely loud.
I would have loved to see like Laganja. Everyone's saying Jessica Wilde. I totally agree with that. There's so many. I would like to see Coco Montrese come back. Honestly, I just really feel like if we're bringing somebody back who's already been on the show, I think Coco Montrese really deserves another chance. So I'd love to see her.
Yes, Coco. I love that.
Once you guys were all together, is there someone that you were like, okay, that person is my biggest competition?
Kylie, I think we've been asked this question a couple times, and the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, you know, I wasn't sure what Kylie was going to bring to the competition. She was obviously a completely new human being. You know, I mean, it's been so long since we'd seen her. She looked so good walking in. She smelled good. I remember that detail for some reason. I don't know. I was a little intimidated, I'm not gonna lie.
Akira Chanel Davenport. Like, Akira is an amazing competitor. Amazing. Now that we've had the time, we have the coin, I just knew that all of her fashions, and when she walked in, that completely rhinestone corset, completely rhinestone legs, completely rhinestone shoe, completely rhinestone mask, like, I was just like, yep, the girl is back and she ain't coming to play.
Well, I think like everybody seemed like competition because I felt like everyone came in with like this hunger of not performing in a long time and ready for it. And almost everyone had fabulous outfits walking in too.
Once you saw everyone together, who did you think, bam, biggest competition? Jan?
I think it was collectively like anyone who had been there before, like Erika, Ginger, Yara, Pandora. There's somebody else who was there for, who am I not thinking of? Well, sorry that I left you out, girl. But I, like, anyone who had been through the experience before and had like just another, I was like, oh, and not only, you know, do they go through the experience before, they're all very talented. So I would say collectively, like, all of those dolls.
Competition wise, girl, ain't none of these hoes competition. I'm about to dog walk all these. Could you imagine? No, honestly, like, I always like watch out for like the that people be sleeping on. Like, I feel like Raja's gonna come in and slay. You know, Jan obviously is talented. Ginger coming in for like, she already been on All Stars. She's super talented, funny. She knows the game. I mean, honestly, the whole cast I was kind of gagged at because people don't realize they be sleeping on All Star 6 cast. This cast is the tea.
No,
like, they fight, they're back to play. They here to win the crown. Like, girl, y'all ain't ready for All Star 6.
Don't say everybody. Ginger?
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
This is why. So for me, working with Ginger, we already have our TV show together. We have Wigs in a Blanket, and we're coming back with season 2 on Our TV. So I know what she's capable of. And I've toured with Ginger for years. I know she can sing. I know she can act. She can dance. So I was like, oh, this little fat heifer is going to come for my crown. The only thing I know that I got one up on Ginger is my ass is prettier. But
what ass? You don't have an ass.
Look, my ass is just inverted to the front. Leave me alone. She's the one queen who walking in and seeing her walk in, I was just like, oh my God, this is not gonna be easy. Like, cause the competition is tough as it is. But then when you have a friend walk in that you know all of their strengths and how amazing they are as a queen, I was like, this bitch. Like, she couldn't come back on 7. Like, you couldn't just say no to this one and come back on 7. No, bitch, you gotta come here. Damn.
I already did season 7, and 7 is not my lucky number, as I have learned.
Ginger, who did you think?
I would say probably Akira is the one that made me go, because she looked so stunningly perfect from head to toe when she walked in. And also because she had made it to the top of season 11. We'd worked together since then, and I know how funny she is. I know how much she wants it. I know how talented she is. Really, I thought that Akira would probably be my biggest competition for the crown.
Raja, I gotta ask, I've just been watching the Freeform Hulu hit Cruel Summer, and I think I saw you make a little cameo, huh?
You did.
What was that experience like?
It was actually amazing. Of course, we were doing it. We filmed during COVID or during the pandemic, during lockdown. So I was super blessed to actually get that gig and to be able to film, especially during the pandemic. But it was amazing. It was so much fun. I had so much fun on set, and it was like my first real acting gig. So I'm like, ooh, I got my feet wet. So now keep your eyes out, okay?
Jiggly, it was such a joy to see you on Pose.
Thank you.
When it came on the screen, it warmed my heart as a New York gay, seeing you up there on the big screen on one of my favorite shows, on one of the biggest shows of the year. What was it like filming, and specifically, what was it like filming those last few episodes? Because I've been catching up and I've just been crying the whole time.
So filming the last few episodes, because I didn't get back to the episodes until episode 5. So when I got back, knowing the stuff that catching up on the script, and I'm like, what is happening?
I know.
Like it was great to know about my character and how she evolved, and Veronica's now like running a shop. So I was like, it was different for me because when they were telling me that, okay, well now, because I asked like, why do I look so expensive now? They were like, well, because now you are running the shop. You don't just work at the shop, you're now running it. I was like, oh, got it. She has money.
Yeah.
Good. And then
good character question.
Huh?
Good character question to ask, like, how did my character evolve?
Well, because the one thing about Pose is like these time jumps. And, we started in 1988 to all of a sudden we are now it ends at 1998. So it's like a whole decade. A lot can happen in a decade. Clearly, even like, look at me. It's like, it's been a decade since I was on season 4 to All-Star 6. It's literally a decade. And for me, watching that evolution of the show and being part of it and seeing literally Billy Porter, like on set, do his thing, it's a literal masterclass of one, professionalism, and as an actor to watch somebody just nail it in one take. Like, who does that? Like, how? It's so good to watch. And I'm like, okay, so it also helped because going into All-Star 6, I knew that I have to kick up my A game because I'm not going to let any of these bitches punk me. So I, like, as the one girl who has a recurring role on a scripting series from RuPaul's Drag Race, there's no other queen that has been able to do that before. I was the first one, and I know I'm not going to be the last because there's so many talented girls on the show, and my sister being one of them. So I know that we're all going to be working, and now that drag and everything is our culture is being so mainstream, I feel like it's time. And we're going to see more of us and our stories be told authentically by our people.
Scarlett, I gotta ask, I saw your Meet the Queens interview and you mentioned, or I guess you were asked about being the villain.
They both
Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
I know who the real villain is, baby.
Who's the real villain? Oh, you think it's you? You think you're the villain? No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I'm the villain, but I am very happy to have gone viral with the honest question, the self-reflection of if I am the villain in my world. Because I think we all sometimes think that, am I the problem? No, I can't be the problem. It's not me.
And sometimes, I guess, maybe no one's the villain. I know it's not RuPaul's best friend race, but it doesn't necessarily mean there always has to be a bad guy.
Well, we won't know who the villain is until we see the confessional interview. Like, that's when we're going to find out who the actual villain is. Because some of these ladies, I'm sure, were not kind.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's kind of like the Housewives effect. It's like when you watch back, it's like, wait, they said what about me?
Yeah.
Erika, let me ask you, did you feel pressure coming into this, not only because is it your third time competing technically because of the injury, but also because of the success of We're Here on HBO? People love that show. Did you feel like you had to live up to something?
I was gonna say, honey, the only pressure is these heels, okay? Yeah, I think there is a little pressure as far as like, I'm not just representing myself, I'm representing an entire show. My sisters, Bob and Shangela, another network. But at the same time, it's like, drag is what I love to do. RuPaul's Drag Race is my favorite TV show in the world. It always has been. Since I was 18 years old, I've been watching this show. It's my favorite show to watch because I love drag so much. My new favorite show, of course, is We're Here as well. But I don't think that they are a lot alike. I think they're completely different, and I think that that's okay. I think that the pressure I put on myself is pressure that was put on by old Erika. That old Erika was the girl that would put that pressure on her to be like all this amazing and stress out and freak out and whatever. I mean, of course I have my moments because girl, trust, I'm bad crazy. We all know that. Any human being that doesn't realize how crazy and how elevated their emotions can be needs to like take a moment, step back, kind of did we have a pandemic to realize, we all have emotions, but I'm just happy to be here. Like, I'm proud of it. I know that my family at We're Here is proud of anything that I do because they trust me, and I just trust myself. I mean, all you got to do is compete with integrity, be honest about how you feel. And at the end of the day, the cards play out how they will. You know what I'm saying? I can't play God, but I can look like a goddess. Okay? Hello?
Yes. Dan, I gotta ask, will there be another face crack moment this season? And if not, will there be another viral moment from you or any of the queens?
Mama, we're always making viral moments over here. Rest assured, the face was very expressive this time around. Good, bad, the ugly. Somebody literally could have just been clapping, and I'm like, I have no idea. I was making sure that the eyes were always there, and breaking the fourth wall, of course.
For sure. You went on like soon after your season, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were able to take a breath and have as much evolution as the other queens, or was it like rushed?
No, I definitely think that I had the time to figure it out because I think a lot of the times, a lot of queens from other seasons are able to go on the road and watch, themselves in bars. But I feel like you really can't like look at yourself like with a magnifying glass, like in those bars. And not to say that like you can't learn from those experiences, but I like truly was like sitting right here on this couch watching that TV being like, okay, cool. How can I learn from this experience? What can I take away from it? And how can I apply that for the next time? So I definitely felt like I was all caught up. I've been doing it in New York City for years, playing catch up with the girls who have been doing it for 10, 15 years more than me. So this isn't going to be an issue for me going back into All-Stars with the same.
I love you. You caught up. You look incredible.